Hi all and welcome back. Today we're breaking down nested lands, what the loop really is, what it's building toward, and what you can realistically expect. Clear and direct so you can decide quickly and get back to gaming. Because on the surface, this looks like another medieval survival builder. It's not quite that simple. Let's dive in. At its core, Nested Lands is about growing a settlement in a plague-ravaged medieval world. If you've played something like Aska, you'll recognize the structure. You start alone, build a base, bring villagers into the fold, and slowly scale into a functioning settlement. But unlike a pure village builder, survival systems matter at every level. You're managing food, clean water, warmth, rest, villager energy, and overall health alongside production chains. Your character needs to eat and sleep. Villagers need supplies, shelter, and stable routines to stay productive. Plague pressure doesn't replace those systems. It sits on top of them and amplifies mistakes. You're not just placing buildings, you're keeping multiple survival layers balanced at once. When one slips, the others feel it. If food drops, stability weakens. If villagers overwork without rest, efficiency falls. If hygiene declines, plague risk rises. And once sickness spreads, productivity slows, which then limits expansion. So growth isn't linear. You stabilize, expand carefully, absorb the pressure expansion creates, then stabilize again before pushing further. That rhythm defines the experience. The real question is whether the current version supports that rhythm well enough once your settlement starts growing. And that's where friction starts to show. Villagers are central to that system, but the automation layer is still fairly light. Once you define production rules, the village doesn't yet behave like a self-running organism. If something runs low, it won't naturally rebalance itself. You're still the one stepping in to correct shortages. So instead of overseeing an evolving settlement, you're actively keeping the machine aligned. The structure works, but scaling still feels hands-on rather than organic. And that hands-on feeling carries over into other parts of the game. Combat supports that structure, not the other way around. And right now, it does feel a bit clunky. Light attacks, dodging, stamina management, and bandit encounters are functional, but animations and impact feedback can feel stiff. Fights are more about preparation and numbers than mechanical timing. You're protecting stability, not mastering combat depth. Outside of combat, the tone reinforces that same pressure. The world leans into grounded plague horror. No monsters, no spectacle-driven fantasy. The tension comes from disease, scarcity, and instability. Exploration adds letters and relics that reinforce the idea of rebuilding something damaged rather than conquering something heroic. It's restrained, and that restraint fits the theme. Now, one important context point. Nested Lands is in early access, built by a small team, and currently priced at €12.99. This isn't aiming to compete with large-scale survival sandboxes. Production quality is modest. Quality of life systems are still evolving. The feature set is focused rather than expansive. Crafting queues are limited. Automation is light. Performance can fluctuate. You will encounter rough edges, and you feel that this is still forming, especially once your settlement grows. But the direction itself is consistent. The plague system is expanding into a spreading environmental mechanic. Villagers are planned to become more autonomous. Settlement depth is gradually increasing. This doesn't feel random, it feels iterative. So what does that mean for you? If you enjoy early access projects where you can see systems maturing over time and don't mind some friction while they evolve, Nested Lands already has a distinct identity built around layered survival pressure. If you prefer polish, smoother automation, and deeper content density before investing serious time, it may feel too early right now. So it really comes down to how comfortable you are playing something that's still building toward its full potential. Nested Lands is a small, early settlement survival game where you're constantly balancing food, rest, hygiene, villager productivity, and plague pressure while trying to grow something stable. It's rough in places, and you'll notice that early, but the core idea makes sense. You now know exactly what you're signing up for. If you're into survival games, I also covered Displaced recently, which explores survival pressure from a very different angle. That was it. If you like videos that don't waste your time, then please consider to like and subscribe. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.